Britain and Ireland. It's time to take part in the ultimate cooking competition. Turning up the heat. 2 expert judges. Professional chef and baking queen, Lorraine Pascal.
Don't let the smile fool you. I'll say it how it is.
And international Michelin-starred chef, Jason Atherton.
I take my food really seriously, and I'm looking for those home cooks who also share that same passion.
And desperate to impress, 12 enthusiastic amateurs.
Oh my God!
Cooking in couples.
We are best friends. We live together, we work together, we cook together.
We're neighbours.
He's my hairdresser.
It's region against region.
Welcome to Scotland!
Listen, we're Team Wales, right? We are the best.
Oh, for crying out loud.
First, they'll host super-sized dinner parties.
They're not crispy. They're coming some sort of nightmare.
To wow the judges.
To me, the dish is a disappointment.
And their rivals.
I wish I hadn't eaten it, actually.
Philip's got a game plan.
You can see it in his eyes.
Before being pushed to their limits.
Your kitchens are parked behind you.
Cooking for crowds.
Never cooked this amount of people before. It's insane.
And ultimately, they'll fight for survival in cook-offs against the clock.
If you fail to deliver, you go to sudden death.
Faster, mate, faster, faster, faster.
No.
Partnerships will be pushed to breaking point.
Just cut.
Hideous.
As the teams battle it out for a prize of £25,000.
These guys may be home cooks now, but by the end of this competition, I'm expecting restaurant-quality dishes.
And to be crowned the champions of My Kitchen Rules.
The competition is on.
Previously on My Kitchen Rules.
Who do you think the harshest critic is?
Philip.
I was quite proud of it, I must be honest.
Team Midlands, neighbours Duncan and Stewart, did things differently.
Our restaurant is a brand new concept. It's Afro-Saxon food, the fusion of African and British food.
What, is it like Middle Eastern?
But Afro-Saxon did little for the judges.
You can't change things last minute and start replacing things with gherkins and this and that.
Or the other teams.
The cake I don't get. It's completely tasteless to me.
I wish I hadn't eaten it, actually. Poor.
Things went from bad
Oh, it's just going all wrong here.
to the worst scores so far.
I'm going to give you a 3.
A 3.
With just 39 points, Duncan and Stewart are now in last place and at risk of elimination. But with 2 teams still to cook, there's everything to play for. The instant restaurant round continues in Newport, South Wales.
Right, let's get this place organised.
At a magical mansion chosen for the occasion by Emma and Philip.
Our instant restaurant is very exciting. The name is Once Upon a Time, and we're theming it around a magical fairy tale. It's really smelly. Stinks, isn't it?
I'm sure this is going to give the wow
Can
factor.
you careful when you take it out the bag,
Yeah.
because you're clumsy.
We can hoover that off. I think we are magical together. I think we are a magical team.
It's the instant restaurant that everyone's been waiting for.
I think the other teams are expecting big things from us, from our instant restaurant, because we've been put high up there on a bit of a pedestal.
By me.
Philip's talked it up a lot. He's been very vocal about everybody else's dinner parties and restaurants.
But you know, the very first instant restaurant we walked into, it didn't wow me. This one would take my breath away.
See if he can put money where his mouth is.
Who would you give the joker to, darling? Where's Danny and Kev sitting?
I don't know,
I'm expecting perfection from Emma and Philip.
Class, I think.
Class. Because they're great cooks. Or at least they say they're great cooks.
I don't regret being vocal in the past at all, because Emma has skills. I've got skills. Together, our skills are superb.
I met Philip about 3 years ago, and he's my hairdresser.
I have my own salon. It's a boutique salon where clients have to become members. Champagne or wine?
Love a glass of white wine.
It's small and exclusive. I've worked hard to get where I am. I enjoy the competitive edge of business, and I enjoy being successful.
Yes! Let's have a contest now, and I'll be the judge. I'm a busy mum of 3, and so have to be super organised. Go! I am a very competitive person. Quick! Even with my children, which is really immature. Philip used to do my hair, and we got talking, and we found an affinity for food.
And suddenly, just sort of both decided, let's start a supper club.
Our evenings bring people together who have an affinity for food.
We like the very fine dining, the very elegant, the black tie.
Everything has to be just right. OK, everybody! I'm chief chef. You're very much the host, aren't you? Front of house.
doing the easy work. Cheers, everybody.
I think combined, we're going to make a really very, very competitive team.
To all our fellow contestants, good luck.
You'll need it.
Tonight, Emma and Philip are hosting their most important dinner party yet. Their rival teams and the judges.
I think we've got the expertise, we've got the knowledge.
And I just think based on what we've had, I know that my food is better. This menu is the winning menu. We've got so many elements going on in it. There's so much interesting flavours, tastes, colours. Hiya. Everything about it, I think it's going to blow our guests away.
I hope so. I know so.
Right, we are after pork belly, some sausages and some pork tenderloin.
And they're staking their reputation on a main course of 3 little pigs. Pork cooked 3 ways.
We've tried to incorporate as many cooking methods and techniques as possible. I think that's showing ambition.
Casting a trained eye over the menu, judges Lorraine Pascal and Jason Atherton.
3 Little Pigs. There is a lot going on here. Pork and chorizo balls, belly of pork, the tenderloin. There's so much can go wrong because pork goes dry in an instant.
Belly of pork is one of my favourite dishes.
The crackling bit, so that's the bit I was a little bit worried about.
Will it work with this?
Yes. Doing the crackling as well, it needs to have that snap. That beautiful snap. I want to hear snaps going around the table when people eat it. Then you know that's perfectly cooked.
Us as a team from Wales,
Beep beep.
we're going to be bringing amazing local produce.
Giving Welsh produce pride of place, a starter of pan-fried sea bass on samphire with a bisque sauce.
We are after some sea bass fillets, 12 please.
I love Wales. I think the ingredients come out there are sensational. They have some of the best sea bass. So I'm just hoping that this simple Welsh starter is going to blow my socks off.
Where are these from?
They're Greek sea bass fillets.
Oh, Greek.
Yes.
Greek.
A pang of disappointment. That's just taken the slight Welsh element that we were hoping to bring into the menu off our menu. We need raw prawns, please. Farmed in Saudi Arabia.
They're still frozen, but we have a frozen price.
We've got all the shopping.
Yeah.
That's the good thing. We've got all the shopping.
What score do you reckon? I think we're going to be in the 80s.
We've only got to beat 71, so in the 80s I'll be happy with that.
The time for talk is over.
Let's get going. We've been waiting for ages for this.
In just 3 hours, 12 guests with great expectations will arrive. Emma and Philip are cooking against the clock.
So, the plan. We need to get that wine into the fridge.
Emma takes the lead in the kitchen. She has the expertise.
I'm going to make a start on this pork.
Okay. She knows what she wants. Get this, do this, do that.
This crackling bit is the bit that's stressing most of all. It's just gross to have really soggy crackling. Philip will just do anything that needs to get done.
Emma?
Yeah?
Thank you for this responsibility of my panna cotta.
Thank you.
Granting Prince
Granting
Philip.
Prince Philip the opportunity to,
Yeah.
You got that on the heat yet?
No, not yet.
Come on then, chop chop.
No.
Philip's job? Dessert. A vanilla panna cotta with rhubarb and ginger compote and a caramel shard.
Panna cotta can be simple, but it's about getting the right amount of set, the right amount of gelatin.
I'm going to put 4 in for each saucepan.
If they put too much gelatin in, it can go like rubber. If they don't put enough in, it doesn't set, and it can be like soup.
Wondering whether to put an extra gelatin in it, just to be
You've
sure.
already got an extra one. If you put too much in, it's going
Yeah,
to
it's
be
going to be a wrong
really
texture.
like, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Okay.
And the vanilla, hopefully we'll see the beautiful black flecks of vanilla running through the panna cotta.
Vanilla. And the civet. Okay.
Philip does like to have his critique, so he's really going to have to make this extra specially good, otherwise the other guests are going to have their knives out for him.
None of this is going to be Philip.
No.
This is all to do with Emma.
I've got to cover this
Gonna
really
fire.
tight. It's going in for 2.5 hours. Or until it's done.
He's going to be in the background cutting, but giving his opinion.
Oh, he's going to be smarming around, isn't he?
Last panna cotta going in.
That's it.
That's it. So what will be now.
Second little pig. The chorizo's quite chunky and you don't want it too chunky within the sausage.
Pork and chorizo balls, panade and deep fried, can be very strong and overpowering.
They're nice and moist anyway, so I'm hoping they're not going to dry up during the cooking process.
Second little pig prepped.
There's no room in the fridge, so they need to just set a little bit in the top of the freezer, right in the top of the freezer.
Time to crack on with the bisque for their sea bass starter.
These are fiddly.
Look at that one. Look at that bit of poo there.
Oh. Philip, I've got the crab and the prawn shells and everything in the pot now, and I'm going to add the brandy and then the white wine.
Okay.
Okay, it's smelling absolutely delicious.
The bisque sauce has to be rich and full of flavour, really full-bodied, not watery, because the rest of this dish is very simple.
A bit of salt, a bit of black pepper. I'm looking for just a little bit of a kick. At the moment, you wouldn't even know that there's any Tabasco in there, so... Oh, I'm pleased with that. OK, we've got 30 minutes to arrival.
On their way, and with no idea what's on tonight's menu, 10 eager critics.
I have got fantastic expectations for Prince Philip this evening and Lady Emma.
They've talked the talk, haven't they, really? They've put themselves right up here. So anything below that, you know, the littlest thing, then they're going to get critiqued on it.
How's that panna cotta? Is it still wobbly or is it really wobbly? If it's not set enough, it will just fall out on the plate and it would just be a disaster.
Coming up.
Really cringeworthy.
After all the talk,
It can't just be strung a bit like a big peacock.
time for Emma and Philip to deliver.
Our pork balls are now frozen.
Hang on a minute.
Emma and Philip are just moments away
Got to get on with these drinks, though, because they'll be turning up any minute.
from opening their much-anticipated instant restaurant.
If the guys don't get things bang on, there will be people looking to criticise.
It needs to be restaurant quality.
Yeah, they've got a harder job than anybody, I think.
I think if Emma and Philip don't deliver this evening, I think no one's going to hold back with what they really think. To beat us tonight, they'd have to really be on the A game.
That's them.
They're here.
Quick, come on, let's go.
Ladies first.
Hey, welcome. Oh, welcome, come through.
Take this.
We'd like you to drink this drink to
Transport you to our instant restaurant. After 3. 1, 2, 3.
To transport us to another world.
The drink itself
was a like Philip potion.
Was it?
I think so.
What, to like him?
Yeah, he needed something.
Oh, perhaps I didn't finish mine then.
Ladies and gentlemen, lead on and enjoy.
Wow, it looks absolutely great. Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. My face just lit up. I absolutely loved it.
So nice. Cheers are fab, aren't they?
And then the smell hit us. Oh my god.
Smells a bit like hamsters and rabbits, doesn't it?
It is, yeah. It smells like a pet shop.
I'm waiting for something to kind of like pop out like a little bunny or something.
It smelled like hamsters and guinea pigs. You know, the smell of the moss and the muslin.
We need to get this starter prepped and ready. There's bones in there, fillets. We need tweezers.
Tweezers. We need
Leave
tweezers.
this. I tell you what, that will be a...
Disaster.
I didn't bargain that we'd be having scales on the fish.
I wonder how long before our main guests arrive.
Just around the corner, the judges.
Philip and Emma seem to know what they're talking about. They've talked the talk the whole competition. Now this is their time to show the rest of the contestants what they're really made of.
I have been very impressed by what they've been saying, but will I be impressed with the way they cook?
Oh,
fishy hands.
Oh, me too. I can't kiss Lorraine with fishy hands.
Hi. Come on in. Nice to see you.
Whoa!
Hello.
We are just going to set the scene.
Very magical.
Isn't that fantastic?
Oh.
Yeah?
I'd just like to say welcome everyone to our instant restaurant. I think you can probably gather we are once upon a time.
Philip and its fiddle.
That was such a nice touch, wasn't it?
He's such a showman, like, I wasn't surprised by it.
That was all about Philip.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
To me, it was really cringeworthy.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. Team Wales smell the blood of an Irish, Scottish and an Englishman.
Emma looked so embarrassed.
Yeah, behind her eyes like she's going, oh, get on with it.
Be he live or be he dead, will soon be told after you've been fed. Yeah, it's good. Thank you.
Look in front of you there, you'll see your menus, and please have a look and see what you're going to be enjoying this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, that went well.
Well, that did go quite well,
Yeah,
didn't it? I was
brilliant.
quite pleased with that.
We opened this book and there was a puff of magic and there wasn't. No.
I was a little disappointed.
It's not as exciting as I thought it was going to be, honest. I was expecting Heston Blumenthal sort of...
Some molecular gastronomy.
Something, yeah.
They're sticking to classic flavour combinations, really, aren't they? That's not something that you haven't seen before.
It just didn't feel it kind of matched with the magical theme.
Like all good fairy stories, I think there should be a nice little surprise at the end. Well, personally, I don't like panna cotta. It reminds me of working in care of the elderly wards. I think it's something that's very safe, very ordinary.
designed to take the competition by storm.
You're going to get the skins nice and crispy.
Yep, skin's nice and crispy.
Emma and Philip's sea bass starter.
Drop the prawns into the bisque. These are going to go for about 5 minutes.
Do you think Philip's talked himself up?
Philip's quite a critique, isn't he? And he doesn't hold back, so I think he really has to show us tonight what he's all about.
Hello. Oh, can again. Hang on a minute. Hello. Thank you. This is champagne from southern France. The region is normally a rosé region, but this is one of their finest champagnes. Even it's a little bit of a pinky colour to it.
Where's the champagne from?
Southern France.
Southern France.
Probably the Provence region.
But the champagne region is in the northeast of France?
Exactly. Exactly.
I was surprised that Philip didn't know that when a sparkling wine is not made in the champagne region, you can't call it champagne. I felt that was a little bit of a trip up for Mr. Knowledgeable.
It's made from a Pinot Grape, believe it or not.
I think Philip might have a tendency to be a bit of a blagger, and I think he got caught out.
These are going to go for about 5 minutes. I'm just turning them to see what the underside's like. Nice and crispy. I'm happy with that.
In terms of the standard of the food, I think it's got to be high, or else he's just set himself up for a bit of a ribbing, I think.
We're expecting like amazing, so even if it is really good, we've expected amazing.
Can you come behind me now and just wipe the plate? I'm feeling the pressure massively on this. Philip set the bar. He's put it right up there. I told him not to. I just found scales on this one. Oh my God, I thought I'd got them all off.
Okay, which one are we giving to the judges? Or these two?
Slightly crispy one.
That's a nice one.
These two here.
Okay.
That one.
Okay, and
that one.
That one. All right.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, starter is served.
Thank you.
The starter looks amazing.
I think the plates look great. I thought the colours were fantastic on there.
Everyone went quite quiet. I think they were thinking, this looks like a pretty darn good dish.
They definitely pulled it off.
It was just fish.
The teams will have to wait a while longer to taste Emma and Philip's debut dish, as the judges are the first to try. At the end of the night, they'll score each course out of 10.
It's so good, I wished I'd been sitting down eating it.
Philip, Emma, I like the presentation. It's very clean. It's exactly what I expected from Philip and Emma. The actual texture of the sea bass is really good. I'd like it to be a little bit more crispy on the skin. The prawns, you can tell they've been dead for a few days because the texture of them. Are they local?
No, in fact, they're from Saudi Arabia. And the sea bass actually comes from Greece.
What? This menu suddenly took on a whole new...
United Nations.
persona, really, didn't it?
Yeah.
I was looking forward to a bit of Welsh sea bass, I've got to be honest. If you'd have got the ingredients right, it would have been a really good dish.
Thank you.
I disagree with Jason. I think this is an excellent dish. The bisque is wonderful and smooth. I mean, you can really taste the layers. This is restaurant quality food. It's what we're looking for, the way you've presented it. To me, it's a dish of someone that's constantly trying and tasting and adjusting, because it really is a beautiful flavour. Thank you. So please enjoy your starter.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, one down. 2 to go.
It's the guests' turn to find out what all the fuss is about. They will also be scoring the meal at the end of the night.
The skin was crispy. I would have eaten skin.
Pretty quiet round the table. That's unusual.
I thought that bisque sauce was so yummy. So yummy, I'd just be happy just with a bowl of that.
The fish, the samphire bisque sauce, I thought it was all beautiful. I'm a bit of a peasant and I would have bread with that, like getting in and getting all that bisque up. I think it's absolutely gorgeous.
One or two people around the table who might have liked to have seen them fall flat in their faces tonight. But they can deliver exactly what I would order in a restaurant.
I think the fish could have been seasoned a little bit better. The skin was soggy. The bisque, there was a lot of flavour there, but I think it just needed a bit of seasoning, a bit of salt and pepper in it.
How dare Philip and Emma serve that sauce when Danny and Kev don't like it? How selfish of them!
It hasn't sort of coated my whole tongue. It's just at the tip.
That's the best starter.
Is this better than your fish cake?
It's got to be the fish cakes was the best.
Okay.
That's an unbiased opinion, obviously.
The best of all the seafood starters, that's
without a doubt.
By a mile, yeah?
Oh, easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
The biscuit's nice. The biscuit, very nice.
A perfect start.
Oh, what a team. We are really good, you know.
But have they taken their eye off the pork ball?
I've got a problem with the pork.
What?
I've got a problem with the pork.
Why?
I've forgotten it was put in the freezer. And it's frozen. Panic. These pork balls are never going to be ready in time.
At Emma and Philip's Instant Restaurant, after a fairy tale beginning.
So, guys, do you think that starter has set the bar for the rest of the meal?
Yeah, definitely.
One little pig is in peril.
Our pork balls are minus 1.3 degrees. They should be really about 6 degrees. I'm just going to put them in the oven just to soften up, so
Okay.
I can take these breadcrumbs.
It's easily sorted. Do you agree?
I'm not in agreement with that right now, no.
For Emma, cooking pork 3 ways means it's not just one little piggy that needs attention.
This is the pork fillet. We have to avoid with these, obviously, overcooking, because otherwise they go really dry and horrible.
While Philip plays host.
Some red wine, which is a Pinot Grape, which we hope will cut through the pork. I'm used to hosting. I enjoy it. I thought my attention to the dining room, my hosting, was very good. I was there as much as I could be.
I always knew he'd be a great host.
I hope he's actually giving Emma a hand in the kitchen as well.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
These all need to be the same size because the plates all need to look identical, and then they all cook the same as well.
Yeah.
It was resting on my shoulders an awful lot, and I did feel the pressure of that.
Ah! What's the matter?
They're not crispy. Then that's not crispy. Look.
Back on the frying pan.
Oh dear, there's a few things going on with this one. Oh, God.
What are you going to
gone really dry.
I think when it comes down to the cooking, I think Emma likes to kind of take that control and...
Well, through her choice, not
Yeah, not because he's unable. I think it's just the way they like to work.
I think that puts a lot of pressure on Emma.
Definitely.
You know, regardless of whether she's a brilliant cook or not.
I'm very happy with the temperature of the pork balls. They should really have gone into the fridge again just to make sure that these breadcrumbs stick to them. I'm going to have to take the risk, and we haven't got time. We're going to have to go into the fryer as they are, and hopefully they'll be all right. 3, 6, 9, 12.
If he gets to the next stage, then he's got to be able to cook, hasn't he? He can't just be strutting about like a big peacock.
Da, 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 da. Love this masher.
Presentation's like really, really important.
It's everything.
That looks good. Well done. That looks beautiful. Right, which one are we going to give to the judges? Well, they should all be given to the judges because they're all amazing.
That looks a good one.
That's got a nice bit of crackling on it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's go. Your main course is served.
3 little pigs.
When you saw the 3 little piggies, you could tell that they were different cuts, cooked different ways. That's a challenge. Go, Emma.
Big challenge.
After all the huffing and puffing, will the 3 little pigs blow the judges away?
There were a million things going through my head. And I was just thinking of all the things that they could pick out that weren't good.
So, Philip and Emma, with pork belly, everyone loves the crackling. And this is not crunchy. I have a way of doing it. When things don't turn out, it's last minute. I just whack it under the grill. And it's not perfect, but it's crispy.
The dish as a whole had some fundamental errors. The crackling, I agree, was a little bit chewy. The mashed potato was just not good enough. Okay, it needed a lot more flavour. It had 0 salt in it, for me, no salt. But once I got past those two errors, I thought the pork ball was absolutely delicious. Who made that?
I did.
That was fantastic.
Thank you.
I absolutely loved it. I just thought it was bursting with flavour. I think the sauce is great and the tenderloin is just perfect. I just thought it was really delicious. Who cooked the tenderloin?
I did.
So apart from playing the violin, Philip, what have you done today?
The potato.
So you're the veg man?
Yes.
He's front of house. He's not really a cook.
They need to kind of bring themselves together as a unit rather than working separately. It doesn't work in the kitchen, it really doesn't.
It's not good teamwork, that.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
So, enjoy your 3 little pigs.
Thank you.
I knew that was going to be an issue, was the crackling. I just knew that, and we said that from the very beginning.
Oink, oink.
If you can't get the crackling right, you shouldn't be serving it as rubbery.
We can't get it right every time.
Yeah, but this is the most important time.
Yeah, I know.
This was the most important time to get it right.
It was very chewy and it's just not that nice to have in your teeth,
I couldn't
is
even
it?
cut it. It was so hard.
Stupid errors. That potato, stupid.
It was nice food, but it didn't blow me away, to be honest. The mashed potato, which is the basic element, wasn't done properly.
Yeah.
The pork belly, to me, wasn't cooked properly.
Do they eat with the Queen every day or something?
I enjoyed it, it was nice, but it didn't blow me away, to be honest.
I have to disagree with Danny and say that it did blow me away. If I went to a top restaurant and I got pork, individually, I would have expected them all to taste like that. So I'm really impressed. I think Danny and Kev are subtly trying to influence the rest of the table over the scoring, but I think Danny and Kev and subtlety doesn't go too well.
That pork was something like the best way I've ever seen pork cooked. I think it says that they clearly are really, really skilled in the kitchen. Like, fair enough, he's been all talk all week, but there's a reason to be because they've just produced like a really good main course. So, like, fair play to them.
Do you think your position at the top is safe?
I don't know, I wouldn't like to say.
Duncan, Stuart, you're at the bottom. Did that main course fill you with fear?
I'm beyond fear. I think it's gone. I've gone into resignation.
Anything can happen in that kitchen.
Oh, that's true.
And we have one team to go.
Exactly. Love you too, honey.
I think I would have much preferred not to be following Emma and Philip because I think now people's expectations are really raised.
Check the panna cotta.
They're not far off, Em.
How many are not far off? That's okay.
I'm glad I put these spares in.
The fate of the evening now rests on Philip, serving up the perfect panna cotta.
My dessert, a lot of pressure. My panna cotta, it's either going to be right or it's going to be wrong. There's no in-between on it.
Along with rhubarb and ginger compote and a caramel shard.
You're going to have to chop with that a bit faster on that.
Okay.
Right, so I'm just going to poach these in that syrup. It's gone already. These are rhubarb batons, which have overcooked.
It's just crap.
Oh, crikey, my Philip, I'm just losing the wheel quite quickly here. Oh, no.
Give me a piece.
It's horrible.
Is it?
Oh, no. Just not good enough. I'd rather not serve it. Do you know? I'd rather not serve it.
Let's do it without it.
Let's do it without it.
Coming up,
That's just one that's just not setting.
Philip and Emma aim for top spot.
We've set ourselves a benchmark of a high score, and I think we'll get somewhere close to it.
But his revenge, just too sweet.
Everybody was really expecting the best of the best, and it hasn't happened.
Panna cotta, please be good. Panna cotta, you know that it should.
At Emma and Philip's instant restaurant, it's time to see whether the proof really is in the pudding.
Well, you've got to have a wobble, haven't you?
No, that's too much. That's just one that's just not setting. That one's not done, but this one is. So it seems to be this side of the fridge is setting better than that. I don't know why.
Okay.
So there's about 4 that aren't doing very well. There can't be a disaster with the panna cotta because it would just ruin the night.
Nervous about this, yeah.
Oh, that's just about okay. That's just about held it. That's lucky.
Yay! God for that.
I can't get over the differences in the consistency of some of them compared to the others.
Okay.
Okay.
Go, girl.
Let's go.
After you.
Okay.
Dessert is served.
There wasn't a rhubarb.
Nah, big hole where it should be, wouldn't it?
Promised on the menu, rhubarb. On the plate, a blank space.
Philip and Emma, has this dish worked out the way you wanted it to today?
No, it hasn't.
We were going to put some batons on the top of the panna cotta. We tasted them, and they were just so horrible that they were just too tart.
Well, it's always wise if you're not happy with a component of your dish to leave it off. So the panna cotta, it has the perfect amount of wobble for me. But what's let you down here are your vanilla seeds. I assume you just put all the ingredients in, put the gelatin in, and then pretty much poured it straight into the Daryl moulds?
No, sieved it.
Why would you sieve it?
To make sure that we didn't get too many seeds.
You don't want to sieve out those beautifully expensive, flavourful seeds. So I'm not getting the full flavour of the vanilla.
Shame you dropped the rhubarb, but I've got to say this time of year you shouldn't be using rhubarb. The only rhubarb available this time of year is fit for crumble, that's it. When you think about your food, just think about the seasons a little bit. What they offer you. Your panna cotta, the texture is just sublime. Who took most responsibility for the dessert?
Philip. Philip did.
You know what they say? Talk is cheap, but the proof is in pudding.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your dessert.
Do you know the last time I felt like this, right, when I ran the London Marathon? At the end, I went through and I cried my eyes out.
Oh, Philip! Oh, you were such emotional. Oh, bless you.
Delicious. Absolutely delicious.
I liked the panna cotta. I liked the consistency of it. I liked the way it moved on the plate. I liked the taste of it.
I was looking forward to the rhubarb and the ginger, so that sort of spicy sort of hit on it.
It didn't meet my expectations, I'll be honest. Not for Philip and Emma.
It's time for the teams to give their verdicts.
For me, the starter, it had a layer upon layer of flavour. I thought the bisque was wonderful.
The bisque was lovely.
I thought that was
It
fantastic.
was lovely. Yeah, it was tasty.
Yeah.
A great start to the evening.
All you've got to do is season it and crisp that skin. It was seasoned, right, and the skin, it was just soggy.
So the main course of Three Little Pigs, I thought it was brilliant. Each way the pork and cooked was perfect for me.
I think it's so hard to get pork like that right, and I think they really pulled it off.
The pork belly wasn't crispy at all.
The mash, that was dry.
As an Irish person, that potato was just not up to scratch.
Philip and Emma's panna cotta is right up there with the excellent panna cottas that I've tasted.
It's a shame they never had the rhubarb pieces in the compote.
Didn't get that much flavour from it, though. It didn't really light my fire at all.
But they've sifted out the vanilla seeds, you know what I mean? So it took away a lot of that flavour.
Nice dessert, but very safe.
Each team will now score the evening out of 10.
I think this has been the best inspiration for me tonight regards the food. So I think we should score them an 8.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, definitely.
Compare it to the other instant restaurants, I don't think it was as good as Gabby and Steph. So
Yes.
should we go with a 6?
Go with a 6.
Right. So that's a 6 then.
The only thing we've got to knock a few points off was the panna cotta dessert, that it didn't have the actual compote and it was just a sauce. 7?
Yeah, 7.
A 7.
I'm just marking it on the food, not the hosting. OK, agreed, it's a 7.
Everybody was really expecting the best of the best. And it hasn't happened. I was leaning towards a 6, but they were supposed to put rhubarb on the plate. It didn't appear.
So we'll give Emma and Philip a 5.
With the marks totted up, it's the moment of truth for Emma and Philip.
You nervous?
No, I think we've set ourselves a benchmark of a high score, and I think we probably will get somewhere close to it.
Gabby and Steph, they've got the score of 71. I want to beat that. I want us to be scores in the 80s.
Come on then.
All right.
Da, 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 da.
Emma and Philip hope to take the top spot from Gabby and Steph. And they need a higher score than Duncan and Stuart's 39 to avoid coming last.
The guest teams have given you a combined score of 33 out of 50.
I was totally surprised. Amazing. 33.
But now it's our turn. And we're going to score each dish out of 10. Your starter, pan-fried sea bass. It was presented very nicely, but I was concerned you'd not used enough local ingredients, and I was quite surprised. But nevertheless, it was a good, solid start. I'm going to give you a score of 7. Good start.
I was really pleased to see how beautifully you presented this dish. It looked restaurant quality. That bisque sauce, I just wanted to dive in. I wanted more. I wanted a big fat bowl. I just wanted to drink it. It was beautiful. So for your starter, I give you a 9. For your main, 3 Little Pigs. It'd be so easy just to serve the pork belly, but you didn't. You served all 3. That's what I'm looking for in this competition. You tried really hard to impress, and you did. So for your main, I give you an 8.
I loved the chorizo ball. Absolutely loved it. It was the polar opposite to the mashed potato. It was just packed with so much flavour. It had perfect seasoning, and I just thought it was delicious. The tenderloin was cooked perfectly. Cardinal sin, not having crispy crackling. I'm going to give you an 8.
You gave us a fantastic starter, fantastic main, but it seems like you bottled it with dessert, and then you served us a panna cotta, which is very simple to make. And it was a real shame not to get the compote, so I was looking forward to that. But beautiful wobble it had to it. So, I'm going to give you a 6.
If you'd have just got the vanilla right, if you'd not passed out, Phil, it would have been the perfect panna cotta. Didn't get the choice of fruit. That needed a lot more thought. I'm sorry, you've only got half a dish. So off the back of that, I'll give you a 6. So, that gives you a total score of 77.
You are now leading the competition.
Speechless, which is brilliant. We are leaders, and do you know, it's amazing because that's what we set out to do. Yeah. So it's just awesome. It's an amazing feeling.
77! We're in the lead. Can you believe it?
I know. You put us up on that pedestal. At the moment, we're still kind of there because we obviously are.
We're numero uno. Someone's got to be top, you know, and it was a nice meal. We keep saying that. It was a nice meal.
But elements were wrong.
Good luck to them. They're top.
At the end of the instant restaurant round, the team with the lowest score will be eliminated. Currently, Duncan and Stuart are in last place, but there's one team left to cook: Scotland's Catriona and Alana.
Anything could happen. They could mess up something tragic. That happened to us. It may happen. So everything is still to play for.
Next time,
It looks slightly raw in the middle.
it's the final instant restaurant.
You know, this dish has quite a lot of problems.
And it could showcase Scotland a lot better.
And one team must leave the competition.
It could go either way. I honestly do not have a clue.
We still could be in this.